Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Thank you so much for joining me in this video of fact or fiction. And we're going to be focused on Gilligan's Island. I do appreciate you watching and supporting my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It does help out my channel, sends my videos out to more people, and it is a great thing for all of us. Now, if you're a big fan of the show, you're going to know that the Lagoon on Gilligan's Island is one of the most popular places on the island itself. Now, you may be thinking, we see Gilligan, we see all the different characters jump in. Is it cold? Is it warm? I mean, they would have had to heat the water for the actors, right? They had to make it comfortable for them. Well, I'm here to debunk any myths and tell you what actually happened. Now, Gilligan's Island was written about by many different people, one of them including Russell Johnson. Now, you may not know who Russell Johnson is, but you definitely know who he plays. He plays the professor on Gilligan's Island. So let me tell you a little bit about what he said regarding the Lagoon. So if you know, Gilligan's Island was filmed on the CBS studio lot in the Valley. It's about 4 to 5 miles away from what is actually Hollywood. The Lagoon was on the back lot. Everything else, every cave, every hut was filmed indoors on Soundstage 2 with one camera and no audience. Later, that same stage would be used by the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Some of you may be fans of that as well. Now, while the huts and the palm trees occupied Stage 2, a blue-skied colored backdrop surrounded the back of the set. No matter what, people want to know about the Lagoon. Contracted landscapers made the lagoon out of a quarter chunk of land. Artificial palm trees that were bald of palm fronds were planted around the pool that they were digging. They added palm leaves and attached much more tropical greenery. Some of them were live, some of them were plastic. The pool began to slowly look more like a lake. Then they blacktopped the lagoon's belly, poured water in, and in fact it leaked terribly. So they had to empty the lagoon, fix it, and fill it again. The lagoon was finally emptied and refilled a few times when the water got too scummy to jump into or when it didn't look presentable for the show. Because this was filmed on the back lot, everything up in the air and in the sky was actually sky, and they would have the occasional plane that would delay filming because it would fly to the near Burbank airport. Now, the lush lagoon was about 4 feet deep with a working waterfall. It cost $75,000 in 1960s money. Now, people don't think that it can get cold during the California winter months, but according to Russell Johnson, it was a crisp 40 degrees at some mornings when they jumped in. The shock took everyone's breath away. Many times Bob Denver, who of course played Gilligan, had to wear a wetsuit under his jeans and a red rugby shirt with the collar buttoned all the way up to conceal it. Russell Johnson wore one as well, but it didn't work too well because they didn't have a lot of scenes where they moved around in the water. There were times when the sun actually hit the water and it came to a warm and reasonable temperature when they all wanted to go in. However, this wasn't always the case. Bob Denver, of course, was in the water a lot because he had a lot of water scenes, and the icy water would sometimes creep into his wetsuit. He would be shivering, and sometimes he couldn't even get his lines out. His lips were purple. Many in the cast noted this. He couldn't take it any longer one day, so he just walked up to his dressing room, turned on the shower, stepped in with his clothes on, tennis shoes, cap, and everything still on. So in other words, guys and gals, if anyone tells you that there was a heater used to keep the lagoon at a warm or lukewarm temperature, that is completely false. On Gilligan's Island, pretty much they were up to nature. If it was winter, the water was super cold, down to almost 40 degrees. And in the summer, if the sun hit it correctly, the water would be a nice warm temperature. So this is it, guys and gals. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you do want to see any more fact or fiction episodes on Gilligan's Island, I Love Lucy, or any other shows. I'd be happy to oblige. Don't forget, guys and gals, to always stay positive. Push through any problems and negativity. We all have them, but what sets us apart is really when we push forward. And don't forget, be hopeful.